Late last night, Kentucky swimmer, female swimmer, actual female swimmer, fun fact, Riley Gaines, was surrounded and then viciously assaulted by a trans woman, a man, while giving a speech at the University of San Francisco State on women's rights. Now, the left has turned completely on its axis. This is wild. So we're assaulting women for speaking out for actual women's rights. We're shilling for war in Ukraine. We're shilling for pharmaceutical companies. What are you guys going to do next? Like, what's the next move? It's completely crazy to me, regardless. So she was assaulted. A transgender woman punched her in the face. It was a man in a dress. Punched her in the face in the middle of this. She had to be escorted out by police. And it's complete insanity. And this is this escalation of violence. It's like I said in the video yesterday. This is only going to continue. This escalation of violence is going to get worse and worse and worse until we've reached the point of no return. And the reason is because you have a transgender walks in, shoots 6 people in a Christian school, and the day after, the White House and every corporation in the country just decides they're going to fawn over trans people. That's the catalyst, because you sent the message that violence against the people that you deem to be your enemies is not only acceptable, but expected. That was the catalyst for this. It's only going to get worse. Joe Biden and his administration have poured gasoline on this fire. They have made this 100 times worse. I'm telling you right now. You hit a girl in a college in a super liberal city. That's a low bet. That's a low risk gamble. That ain't gonna play out that way everywhere. If you go around punching people, it's only a matter of time till someone puts a round in your chest, and you had it coming. I know the left always likes to talk about how important it is to be on the right side of history. You got to be on the right side of history. Well, I got news for you. If you're on the side of grown men punching little girls because they have different opinions than them, you're not on the right side of history. You're just not on the right side of history. That is objectively the wrong side of history. Listen, I took a lot of history classes, high school, college, all that. Not one of them, not a single class did history look back fondly upon the people that beat up women. If you hit women, if you assaulted women, if you abused them, if you treated them poorly, society never looked back on you in a positive light. It's never happened before, and it never will. And we're going to stand our ground. You're not going to win this fight. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. It's like I said, man, the violence is only going to escalate from here on out. And it's bad. And the problem is, I don't think one side, that side being the left, realizes. I know they like to cry and scream about guns in America, but I don't think they realize just how many people are packing heat on the daily basis to the grocery store, to church, to work. They don't realize just how many people are holding. So it's kind of fuck around and find out mode right now. Not everyone's packing, but a lot of them are. A lot of the people that you deem to be your enemies are packing heat. And after that, and after the recent politically motivated violence against Christians and conservatives, you're going to see another significant upgrade or uptick in the people that you quote unquote hate, or that you see as trying to eradicate you or whatever, which even though they aren't, they're not trying to eradicate you. They just want you to leave their kids alone. You're going to see those people start packing heat in even higher volumes. So be careful who you assault, because it could be the last mistake of your life. That's all I'm saying. Just be very careful. Or just don't assault anybody. That's always an option too. And not even for the reason of, hey, this guy could kill me. Just, hey, I'm not going to go beat up this guy. I'm not going to go hit this girl because she's got a different opinion than me, because it's the right thing to do. I'm just not going to hit people when I'm unprovoked, because it's just the right thing to do, to just not violently assault people. I know that's asking for a lot, but I think you can do it. I think you possess the mental fortitude to be able to do that. I don't think you need to just beat people up everywhere you go. I don't think you need to just assault people and attack people because they think differently than you on a couple issues. I don't think you do. And to the man, who assaulted her, if you want the smoke so bad, I'm down anytime, man. Anytime. I got friends that own boxing rings. I got friends that own jiu-jitsu. Wherever you want to do it. We're not going to meet on the street because you're the first type that'll cry like a bitch and call the cops and press charges and sue somebody when you get the ass beating that you rightfully deserve. Anytime you want to step in the ring, bro, I'm down. You want to fight someone who's got the same set of junk between their legs as you, I am absolutely down. We can do this. It doesn't matter. You could be boxing, it could be MMA, whatever you want. It doesn't. I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of you. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Anytime you want to do this, we can do it. Since you're so tough beating up on little girls, like that's where it's at, man. I can't even. Imagine if that was my daughter. Oh my god, bro. Like, oh my god, I don't even know what I would do. No, I do know what I would do, but I can't say it because it'll get me kicked off of YouTube. But it is what it is. You don't lay hands on women. That was the first thing. Even if you're a dude who grew up in a crappy household that didn't have a great upbringing, one of the things you should have learned was you do not put hands on women. I don't care what mental state you have that makes you think you're a woman. You do not put hands on them. It's just rule number one. You don't do it. If you got a dick between your legs, you do not lay a hand on a woman. Now, if she's like coming at you and attacking you, there's a difference between subduing one and punching one in the face because she has an opinion you don't like. But that's the problem where we're at here, is this is considered to be self-defense by the trans community, by members of the trans community. This is considered to be a preemptive strike. And we're just fighting back against the people that want to genocide you. No one wants to genocide you. No one. No one wants to genocide you. There is no genocide of trans people taking place. None. If anything, you're doing it to yourselves, if there is one. But no Christian conservative wants to genocide you. They just want you to leave their kids alone. That's it. That's all they want. Just leave their children alone. That's all you got to do. It's not a big ask. You may feel like it's a big ask, but that's a you problem. It's not a me problem. Just leave people's kids alone. It's not a genocide. You remember in the Holocaust? You know, in the 40s in Germany when all those Jews got sponsorships with Volkswagen and other big German companies? No, because it didn't happen. Because that was an actual genocide. Remember during the Trail of Tears when people would ruin your life? They dox people and ruin their lives and harass their families if they dared to speak, or if they dared to speak out against Native Americans? No, because that didn't happen. Because that was an actual genocide or an attempted one. To call passing a couple laws saying you can't cut a kid's junk off genocide is an insult to actual victims of genocide. Period. There is no genocide taking place. I knew this was... And you know what? This shooting wasn't even where I knew that this violence was only going to get worse. Where I knew it was going to get worse was that Netflix comedy show where Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage. And it wasn't quite as loud, but the response was that this was an act of because the guy was non-binary or whatever. The response was that this was an act of self-defense by the trans community, and Chappelle should stop telling those jokes if he doesn't want to get assaulted like that. That's when I knew, uh-oh, stuff's about to get spooky. And now here we are. Teenage girls who don't have thousands of dollars worth of armed security following them everywhere they go are being assaulted because they dare to speak out. Again, if you're on the side that beats up women, you're on the wrong side of history. If you're on the side that uses violence to suppress speech, you're on the wrong side of history. I don't care what that speech is. If you are using violence to suppress speech, you are on the wrong side of history. If for as much as you like to cry about how oppressed you are, if the consequences for speaking out in criticism of you, even when the criticism is rightfully placed, are violence, you are not the oppressors. You are not the oppressed. You are the oppressors. Period. You are the oppressors. If you want to make it illegal, that's really what it boils down to. I mean, because what more is a law than just a formal threat of violence? If you don't follow a law, men with guns will come and take you away. And we need that, right? For rapists and murderers and pedophiles and burglars and stuff like that. We need laws. We need the formal threat of violence, but not against speech. That's what they're really pushing for at the end of the day, is laws against criticism. Do you know who else has made it illegal to criticize them? Putin, Stalin, Mao, Hitler, Fidel Castro. Some of you probably like some of these guys. That's fine. I don't. I'm not a fan of them. Not particularly a big fan of them. Saddam Hussein. Those are people it was illegal to criticize. So if you want to live somewhere like... So, again, would you consider those people to be the victims? Saddam Hussein, Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Putin? Are they victims? Because by your logic, that's it. No, they weren't victims. They were the oppressors. They were the bad guys. The people who shut down speech have never been the good guys. Never, ever, ever. Never. History has never looked back on them fondly either. It's never happened. I want the temperature turned down, man, as bad as anyone else. Stop assaulting people, though. Conservative Christians aren't the ones going out assaulting trans people. That shoe's on the other foot. And I don't even know this Riley Gaines. She may be liberal as hell. I have no idea. It really doesn't matter, though. I don't know this person. It really don't matter to me, though. The people that are speaking out against the gender insanity, the death cult in this country, are not the ones committing acts of violence. Even Caitlyn Jenner, the most prominent trans figure in the history of this country, is asking people to pump the brakes. Say, hold on, no, men and women should compete in separate sports. And y'all still can't get the hint. All right? It's up to you. I really hope we can avoid the fuck around and find out aspect of this, though. Because, again, it's super easy to attack a little girl in a college in a super liberal city when there's like a 99.99% chance she's not packing. Start doing that nonsense to people out on the streets, you find out. And it won't be like 2 years ago. People have wisened up, man. You can't just riot and attack people like you could 2 years ago because people are like, oh, there's mobs of people going around assaulting people because they think differently than them. Yeah, I'm going to get a gun. So now a lot more people that you want to target are packing heat. You after my fiance, I guarantee it don't end that way. I guarantee it doesn't end that way. A lot of women specifically. That's all I'm saying, man. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow my socials. Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram. Caleb Salvatore Comedy on TikTok. All links in the description down below. New episode of That's Base drops tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Go check it out. I got comedian Monty Scott on there with me. Hilarious guy. We had one of the top 5 moments in the history of the show between him and I on the show that we taped this week. So go check it out. That'll drop tomorrow. Rumble, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, OutlawStreamers.com. Again, that's based with Caleb Salvatore. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse. Peace out and stay based. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and share around if you're feeling generous. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys did that. You can follow all my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, Caleb Salvatore Comedy on TikTok, Caleb Salvatore on Rumble right below. They're also in the description. You can literally just click them and go to the website just through the link. There's no additional work required on your end. I promise you're not going to regret it. Follow me everywhere. You can also check out my show, That's Based with Caleb Salvatore. Episodes air every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Video on Rumble, audio on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. OutlawStreamers.com to learn more. That's the network we're on. They don't let us post full episodes to YouTube. You go check it out. You'll see why. That's Based with Caleb Salvatore every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, wherever we're not banned, which unfortunately YouTube is just one of those places. We do post clips of it here, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on this YouTube channel. It plays by YouTube's rules. It gives you enough of a taste of what you're getting into. Go check those out, see if you like them, and give the show a full listen. The full listen it deserves. You can also go to my website, which hopefully it's up by the time this video airs because I've had so many problems with it, CalebSalvatoreComedy.com for booking, dates, and merch, and much more. Not really. It's really just those 3 things, but that's okay too. Click one of those 2 videos over here. Go see what else I got. Please, just like, subscribe, watch it, share it around. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse. Peace out and stay based.